I've been talking some college basketball this week. Who is going to be the favorites? I know that everyone likes to rely back on Purdue last year or Purdue coming up because of all they've got coming back. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care who they have coming back. I know who they don't have coming back.
Right.
And I think that it's going to be more evident than people realize how big of a piece that really was because of what he allowed those guards to do. They don't have that player that can allow them to do that. And they've still got shut down by UConn, only getting off 7 3-point shots with Zach Edey. So without having a presence in the middle this year, I think Purdue's going to be a top 5 team.
Top 5. See, I think they could be a top 10 national team nationally. I haven't done a lot of research into this, but don't they have a big guy coming in?
They've got 2. They've got a 7. Well, not coming in, but
right?
They've got 2 7-footers.
Right.
One's a freshman and one's a sophomore.
Okay. Well, that's when as a sophomore, that's when Edey started to come on, and he was a late arrival to basketball. I mean, the team that's going to be interesting to me is IU. I mean, you follow IU a lot more closely than I do, but I look at a lot of really impressive statistics. You've got, Pac-12 player of the year. You got this guy, that guy, but how are they going to play together? And that's the hard part.
Yeah, how is Mike Woodson going to play them?
Right. You can have 2 bigs, Renew and Ballo.
Yeah, see, that's another deal that I get going with people. I'm like, okay, there are 200 minutes available in a game for everybody, all your players. And if you've got I don't think you can have 3 different guys playing 30 minutes.
No.
And because there's half your minutes gone with 7 other guys sitting on the bench that would be productive. And that's not including a couple of guys. So
is Ja'Kai Newton ready?
He's supposedly ready to go. And but he's a big question mark because we've never seen it. We have no idea what he can do.
Right.
So the other guys, we've seen him. Umar Ballo was a double machine.
Right.
No reason that he won't be under Mike Woodson. My God, he was probably doing backflips when he knew he was going to go to Indiana because Mike Woodson likes to feed the post. But the problem with that is, and I keep saying it, I was horrible in math. That was not my subject, but I do know 3 always greater than 2.
Yes.
And if Indiana doesn't get the 3-point shooting going, it will be the same problems. You're going to be maybe a better than average team, but you're not going to be elite. And that
who would they?
Mackenzie Mbako.
No, who would they besides Mbako, who can hit the 3 that we know?
Luke Goody. They got Goody in there. The other guys we don't know yet because we haven't seen them play. Carlisle and Rice. Ja'Kai Newton, Bryson Tucker, the freshman.
Okay.
And Renew has probably been working on it a lot because he takes 3-point shots. So
I really like Renew's game. It's not elegant, but God dang it.
He gets a lot done.
He's just productive, man. He's just a productive player, and he plays hard all the time.
He gives if he can stay out of foul trouble,
that's a problem. He
will be fine. And I've mentioned all these guys, but I still haven't mentioned Trey Galloway yet.
Right.
Can he improve? Everybody thinks that he's a great 3-point shooter because he had a really high percentage 2 years ago, but it was based on a small sample set. And
his shot was broken last year.
Yes.
It was broken, and I don't know how you fix it.
The shot father,
or
Todd Larry,
or get Jenny Busick from the Indiana Pacers, T.J. McConnell and Andrew Nembhard.
Todd worked with Trent Sisley.
Okay,
and not that Trent's game was bad; it was great. But that's another guy that just has a bunch of tools.
Yeah,
at 6'8", man, he could play the 2 if you needed him to. But a 3 and a 4 easily. He can go inside and bang, but he can step out. 48 points he had at a team camp event at IU for about a week ago. They played Braylon Mullins. Then we got the Charlie Hughes coming up this weekend, which is going on up around the Indianapolis area with those guys that be in action again, Sicily and Braylon Mullins. And how about Braylon Mullins? His recruiting has shot up. He went from being, I think, in the 80s in rivals to 31. And then on 247, he's inside of that.
I always wonder how the politics involved in that. I mean, like, all I know is Zach Edey was what, 456.
Yep.
I mean, he wasn't in the top 100 in freaking Ontario.
Yeah, it does not always work out. Guys do not always improve. Sometimes they peak.
Yes.
And it's like, it always reminds me of Little League Baseball when you've got that 12-year-old who looks like he's 16.
Right.
And he's just throwing heat.
Why is this kid growing a mustache?
Exactly. He's got a beard on the mound. It's like, is that the coach or the pitcher?
That's his playoff beard.
Yeah, exactly. It's his rally beard. But then you see them a couple years later and they're in high school and they're not jacked because they peaked.
Yeah. Well, I would say that's true of me. I was 6'2", 180 as a freshman in college, as my friends all remember from my IU days. And then I just shrunk and got fatter. It's the weirdest thing.
I guess you got to find do some reverse technology.
Reverse aging.
Hello, everybody. Jim Coyle with Indiana Sports Beat Radio, and thank you for enjoying our content and videos. And make sure you hit that subscribe and notifications toggle so you don't miss out on anything, whether it's Indiana Hoosiers, the Boilers, the Colts, the Pacers, Indiana high school action, whatever's happening in sports. We're trying to bring it all to you, and make sure you don't miss out on a thing. Again, hit the subscribe button for us. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much.